Yeah, guys making plans as they're running away from the field right now. He said earlier, I was wondering if Jeff Burton thought he might catch this car. Well, he's moved out to a 3.5-second lead right now.
Caution on the racetrack, turn 3, we're being told. Debris off a car. They're talking about the 22 car of Andrew Ranger. Something come off this car, but we see the yellow flag waving from Kevin Moss. That is the 10th caution flag of the night.
Well, they were talking about 2 tires if they got a caution. Pretty much everybody's going to have to come in here and at least get fuel.
Looks like a tire went down on this 22 car. Gets up next to the wall. Doesn't look like he gets into it.
He had done a nice job. I was just pointing out a moment ago when we were doing the up to speed, what a good job he had done, just a lap down, being shown in 20th position.
See the right front tire is flat.
Yeah, it's down, but that interliner's holding it up, so he was fortunate it didn't go all the way through that and create a bigger problem.
Pits are closed, but he needs to come on anyway, so no big deal for him. He'll be back at the end of the longest line on the restart.
I hope he wasn't speeding coming down through there. It looked like he was going off fast, but that's just...
And now the green light's on at the end of pit road, so we'll be able to see the leaders come in for what should be their final stop. Remember, you're limited on tires in this series, so most of these guys will come in and put on the tires they have left here with just 32 laps to go. Let's go down to Mike.
And Doc Brett Keselowski came over the radio and thanked his team for making the changes they made to that car. Says it's the best it's been all night. They're not going to make any more adjustments on this stuff. 4 tires and 1 can of racing fuel, Shannon.
1 can of racing fuel for Kyle Busch as well. His crew told him, do not speed on pit road. It was 2 tires for the 18. Jamie.
Jeff Burton said that he was tight. They need to loosen him up just a bit. They're going to make a wedge adjustment, and he said, don't free me up too much. I got to be a little bit tight for those restarts for the 29 of Jeff Burton. Guys?
Well, 2 tires for Kyle, 4 for pretty much the other contenders. Vickers, 32 car, 2. Boyer up a couple of spots. And 2 tires for Boyer. He gained a couple of spots. See Edwards up 3. Harvick up as well. 4 tires cost Burton a little extra time.
It's going to shake him up a little bit right here. All except Kyle Busch. He gets 2 tires. Quite a few guys got 4 back there. I don't know if they can make it back to him.
Interesting to see how his car handles on 2 tires, though. He hasn't done that tonight, so if it hasn't changed the balance of it any, then he'll probably make his way back up through there without a lot of problems.
So while they work under the caution flag and gather up that debris and get ready to go back racing, let us remind you for a minute about the rest of the weekend where motorsports are concerned on the ESPN networks. Tomorrow morning, pre-race NASCAR Now edition at 10 a.m. Eastern time. The NHRA action is from Virginia tomorrow at 7 Eastern and Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern. And, of course, the chase for the Sprint Cup continues from here tomorrow night. Bank of America 500, 7 Eastern over on ABC. And they'll wrap it up with a post-race edition of NASCAR Now late night on Saturday night at 11:30 Eastern time, that on ESPN2. So while we work this 10th caution of the race, why don't we chat with our in-race reporter who's got a little more work to do now than he did a minute ago, DJ.
Hey, Jeff Burton, you have a copy?
Yeah, simple.
Well, you opted for 4 tires there, lost a little bit of track position. Did you consider 2 tires?
We kind of made our mind up on 4. We had quite a few laps on our tires because we had to pit earlier with that vibration, so kind of had us in a box, but 2 might have been a good idea, but we had more than everybody else had.
Are you still fighting that condition that you were earlier in the race where you just don't have the speed on the get-go?
Yeah, we just fight too loose to take off. To be good later, we got to be really loose to start. So we made a big stab at it here to get it tightened up. We're only going to have about 30 laps, so hopefully we got it tight enough, and I don't know, maybe these tires will pay off. We'll find out here soon.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. Good luck.
Hey, Pat Smith, Andy Petrie, you got us?
Yeah, I got you, Andy.
So you think you can make up all this track position on these 4 tires? Have you seen on the lap times that that'll make up that kind of distance?
It'll be tough. Everything's going to have to play into our hands there. We knew pretty much we were going to have that dealt with us, and my rear tire changer hurt his finger earlier, so he's playing hurt a little bit, but so we didn't help us out anywhere, help ourselves anywhere there, so we'll do what we can do with it. I know we got the right man in the seat. He'll do the best job he can. Holiday Inn Chevrolet has done us proud so far, but we'll see how it turns out.
Okay, Pat, you guys done a good job tonight. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, Andy.
Being told the 10 car did not have total control of a tire. You got to address a tire before it gets back all the way back to the pit wall, and he will start at the tail end. By the way, he was the free pass winner. Lucky dog getting back on the lead lap. He had just been passed by the leader when the caution came out. So Dave Blaney already had that damage on the hood. Now having to go to the back of the pack for the restart.
Yeah, Brian Vickers there in second spot. He got fuel only there, so doesn't have a lot of laps on his tires, but it'll be interesting to see how that strategy works. He was able to make this work earlier and stay right up there. Clint Boyer there in third. Carl Edwards fourth.
Yeah, those cars took 2 tires only, the 2 and the 60. There's Kevin Harvick, the 33 car, still trying to get his first win at this place in a points-paying race.
Nobody be holding back here with 29 laps to go. You'll see what they've got.
Not much give and take here either. These guys are going to be wide open, and as the track continues to cool down as we come to almost midnight here, it's about as cool as it's been all night, obviously, and got to go at it hard.
If I remember correctly, the last couple of years here in this October race, we've had cars spin on the white flag and green-white checkers. It gets pretty wild here in the last 25 laps.
No, we got a lot of racing to do here. Kyle Busch has looked like he's been the man, but this is the first time he's had 2 tires on that car, so let's see how that affects him.
Here we go. Remember last year we had so much pushing and shoving on the racetrack, we had a little grouping together on pit road when it was over. Here comes Carl on the high side. Kevin Harvick behind him. See if Vickers can hang on.
Boyer dove off in that corner hard. Carl Edwards trying to get under Clint right there. He knows he needs to be in front of that 2 car to gain any points at all.
Championship competition right there. There's the 2 contenders. Reigning champion Edwards, the hopeful champion Boyer. Remember, they've had contact a couple times this year on the racetrack.
Yeah, you can see Clint went down in that corner. He drove over to the side of that 60 trying to loosen him up a little bit. Probably worked.
Harvick back there saying, I'm just going to go with whoever makes the advance here, not pulling down on the inside to try to go by with Carl Edwards.
Yeah, it's making life tough for him. He's not going to give that spot up easy. As they go into turn 1 here, gets pretty close again. That's just getting that air off of Carl's car.
The only problem here, the car that has the most to lose right here would be Clint Boyer. He's got the point lead, so and Carl knows that. He knows he's got a lot to lose.
Casey Kane got some contact with the wall on the right side. See the damage on the back of the car?
He's knocked that rear bumper loose.
Back up here, and now Carl falls in behind. Here comes the 4 tires on the 29 of Burton. Watch him just sail by the 60.
He might make this work.
Wow. Pretty impressive. I think he's going to have another caution flag if he's going to try to do anything with Kyle Busch, but he's made up a lot of ground.
He's coming now. I'm telling you, that car is rolling.
Yeah, he is 2.5 seconds back of Kyle with 25 laps to go.
He's making that high side work. These guys are just with 2 tires or no tires, just getting fuel. You can see Kyle Busch there and just how far Jeff Burton is. He's trying to take that outside line against Clint Boyer.
He says, come on, partner, give me this spot. Got to go.
And Clint's smart enough to know that he doesn't need to mess with that. He held off the guy that he needed to the most, and that was Carl Edwards. See back there, Carl Edwards falling back. Kevin Harvick made the pass on him, and Kelly Byers on the inside trying to take that spot away. Brad Keselowski right behind him.
2 tires not working good on Carl Edwards' car.
Kelly Byers having another good run back in 7th spot. Keselowski back in 8th. McMurray behind him in the 17 is 9th. Carfax telemetry. Boy, Brad Keselowski just hammering that throttle coming up off the corner.
They'd really worked on this car all night, from starting out really loose from qualifying through the first half of the race. Brad Keselowski done a nice job. Not sure his car's liking the 2 tires as much as what it has the 4 tire changes throughout the night.
I think you're right. Jeff Burton's going to have another caution to be able to make a run at Kyle Busch. Their lap times are almost even at this point.
Yeah, Burton's a little faster than Brian Vickers, who's in second. Steve Byers still trying to make that pass on Carl Edwards.
We talked about this team of Kelly Byers and how they had really come on here. And the outside pole qualifying effort at Dover, the top 5 at Nashville. Dave?
Yep, 4th top 10 of the year for him last week at Kansas. And just want to let you know, he's on even par with Carl Edwards this run. 2 right side tires changed for Byers, and he's running with the 60.
A great job by Scott Zipadelli and his whole team, and Kelly Byers. Big plans for 2009 with that JTG Doherty effort. Moving in on Kevin Harvick now. That is for position. These are 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Okay.
Debris on the racetrack. Caution again.
This is the caution that Jeff Burton is looking for.
Absolutely. He was about 1/10 and a half faster than Brian Vickers on most of the laps there, so he'll still have to get around him to get to Kyle Busch. And the problem is that Kyle gets out there so quick on these restarts. But to have any chance, this is what Jeff Burton needed.
You can see the debris there on the backstretch. Probably off of this 9 car that's been in the wall. It's loose again right here.
Yeah, chunks of metal coming off the back of the car. Little pieces they're grinding away on the